Hey guys, Ernie here and welcome to the Paleo Hiker MD channel. Today we're going to take on a much requested video, which is how to try to eat paleo on the trail. So stay tuned and we're going to take a look at some common foods that I eat on the trail when I'm trying to stick to the paleo diet. Thanks for watching. What is the paleo diet? Well, that's probably the first thing we should tackle, and I really hate to call it a diet. It's more of a lifestyle. You can look into it. There's lots of books about it, and it's something that I've personally been pretty faithful with over the last maybe 3 to 4 years, maybe 5 years. And basically, it's just trying to eat real food, trying to eat whole foods, trying to avoid any processed foods, trying to avoid any carbohydrates, and sticking to meat-based proteins, vegetables, really trying to avoid any grains at all. Now, there are a lot of different reasons to pursue or follow the paleo lifestyle. I'll leave those for other channels. You can look things up. There's lots of great books by the Hartwigs. It Starts with Food. You can read one of Rob Wolf's or Lorraine Cordain. They have books on paleo lifestyle. If you're interested in it, check it out. But basically, if you're looking to eat real food, trying to stop from eating highly processed foods, refined sugars, things like that, that's what the paleo lifestyle is all about. So a lot of people ask, how do you do that on the trail? And that's a tricky question, and we're going to talk a little bit about that today, a little more in detail. Most of the time, people that are outdoors and hiking are relatively concerned about their health, so I could see why they would want to change what they eat. Now, interestingly enough, most of the time, traditional backpacking food, foods that you see people eat on the Appalachian Trail or PCT, whatever it might be, are loaded with calories and loaded with carbohydrates. And that's simply because they need to replenish their energy. And we're going to talk about how those particular situations may be a little different than everyday life. So we're going to look at paleo in two ways. First is for short distance hikes, day hikes, etc. And second is for long distance hikes. For short distance hikes, a day hike, even a couple of days, you can certainly eat paleo. And if you're willing to carry probably a little extra weight and spend a little more money, you certainly can do that fairly easily. Grilling, for example, is a great way to eat paleo on the trail. Take fresh fruits and vegetables the best you can. Take meats, make yourself a fire and grill them right over the grill. That makes for great paleo food and very nutritious and replenishing food when you're out on the trail. Basically, if you're super worried about what you eat, just try to get the highest quality food you can. If you do that, you're going to be better off. You want to avoid processed foods the best you can, or at least the minimal processing that you can, and go from there. There's a lot of products these days, and we'll go through a couple that I currently use that are tailored for people who are trying to eat paleo and get outside. So those you can use. Now, the problem with those is that they're very hard to source at times, and they're more expensive without question. So that's the deal with short-term hiking. What about long-term hiking? I think that's where things get a lot more difficult. Like I just said, these are a lot harder to source. You can't walk into your everyday convenience store when you're through hiking somewhere or a regular grocery store and find a lot of these things. Now, they are more prevalent these days and more commonplace, but they're not always available. So you're going to have to make decisions. And you're going to have to make decisions based on what you have available to you. My general recommendation to my patients is when you're facing a decision where you know you can't necessarily make a good nutritional choice, you make the best nutritional choice that you can in that setting. You know, I have a row of 5 things you can eat for dinner. They're all not great, but one of them is most likely going to be better than the other if you're looking at the quality of food that you're eating. So just try to pick the best one for you in that specific situation. And the last thing before we take a look at these foods is season. Season and temperature make a big difference on what you can carry on the trail. If you're in winter or freezing conditions, you can easily carry fresh foods and they will stay much longer and you don't have to worry about that. So you can go on a multi-day trip, carry meat, for example, it'll stay frozen, you can thaw it out and cook it. Whereas if you're in the summer or hotter times, you're not going to have a lot of life from the standpoint of fresh fruits, fresh vegetables, and fresh meat. You're going to have to either find a way to preserve them, which is going to be way too heavy, or just go with something else. So you're definitely going to have to keep season in mind when you're planning your trips. So let's go ahead and take a look at a couple of the common things that I use when I'm out on the trail. So let's start with some pretty commonly available things, and that's things like dried fruits. Dried fruits are great. They have lots of energy. They are almost always 100% fruit, Both of these just basically have dried fruit in them. You can get these at a lot of different convenience stores, grocery stores, and it's easy to get dried fruit. So that's a really easy way to supplement your snacks on the go. Another common thing you can find a lot of times these days is Lara bars. Lara bars are fruit bars or kind of nutrition bars that are based mainly on dates. I mean, honestly, most of them have a lot of dates in them, and then they alter the flavors with natural flavors. So Lara bars are very good. There are probably 20 different flavors. They're all pretty good. They can get a little bit monotonous, but if you're really looking for a high energy snack on the go, they work really well. They carry about 220 calories each, and they are made right here in the United States, so that's a good thing as well. So look out for Lara bars. Continuing snacks, I've started to get a lot of these dried vegetables. Now the key thing with the dried vegetables is you have to make sure that you read the ingredient list and there's nothing against the paleo diet. So things like this, these Rhythm superfoods are good. Some of the oils they use are right on the edge of not the best for the paleo diet. But again, you have to go with the best you can do. If you're gonna have a little bit of oil along with just a vegetable, that's great. These beets are tremendous. They're really filling. They got great flavor. When you're out, you're hungry, and you eat a nice beet chip like this, believe it or not, it really tastes good. So look out for the dried vegetables and make sure that they comply by checking out the ingredient list. Dried meats is a whole nother topic, and there's a lot of beef jerkies you can get. Now most commercial beef jerkies are soy laden and sugar laden, and both of those things are no-nos when it comes to the paleo lifestyle. So you have to look for real specific things. Probably the most cost-effective and best way is to make your own jerky. There's a million ways to do that. Maybe we'll make a video on that at some point here. We make quite a bit of jerky, and it's very easy and very good, and it's a lot cheaper than buying high quality beef jerky. Now they do make some things. Epic is a company that makes a lot of different bars. These are just meat bars, and these are great. They used to be very expensive. I would see them for like $5 or $6 each. I bought these on sale yesterday at my local Kroger for $2.49 each, which is a really good deal. So as the market has gotten more popular for them, they're more inexpensive. They have some great flavors. This is just beef with apple and uncured bacon. This one is a chicken sriracha, which is really good. And this one is made out of bison, and it's bison, uncured bacon, and cranberry. So they also make some Epic bites, which are little meat bites basically. You can also find a lot of other really good high quality dried meat products. Just again, look at the instructions, but I really recommend these Epic bars. They're really good. So those are all snacks, but are there meals that are more dinner type meals or lunch type meals, dehydrated meals, which are paleo? And absolutely, yes, there are. These I've gotten into recently. These are called Paleo Meals to Go. And you can go onto their website, paleomealstogo.com. They have quite a few sales often, and I was actually on there yesterday kind of researching this video, and they have quite a few new products, which is very neat. In particular, new dessert products, which is kind of nice because most of the time you don't think of desserts as being paleo, but you can have them. You just have to be crafty in how you put them together. So I have 3 different meals here, and they make more of them. This is a caldera chicken curry. Check that out right there. Okay. This is chicken, pineapple, vegetables in a curry seasoning. Again, this is made in Denver, Colorado. And just for an example, if you're looking, the ingredients: chicken, pineapple, spinach, coconut sugar, which is okay, red bell pepper seasoning, which is garam masala, spices, curry powder, onions, celery, and sea salt. So you can see that the ingredients are all 100% food, no preservatives, etc. This is another one. This is bedrock beef chili, which is beef, sweet potato, and vegetable chili. And the last one I have is Canyon chicken chili. All right, it's chicken, sweet potato, and vegetable chili. There was another one that I already ate, and I can tell y'all that these are good. They're very different than a Mountain House. They don't taste as processed, and you have to get used to that. The flavors don't pop as much because that's the whole point, is you're tasting more actual food as opposed to just a bunch of flavorings, seasonings, preservatives, etc. So check out Paleo Meals to Go. I don't have any affiliation with them, but they are a good source of these. As far as cost goes, each of these costs about $10. So yeah, they're more expensive than Mountain Houses, but a lot of Mountain Houses are anywhere between $7 and $8, $10, so $2 or $3 more per meal. It just depends on how much you want to put into it, how much you're willing to invest. And if you're watching this video trying to figure out how to eat paleo on the go or paleo on the hiking trail, you're probably willing to make that investment. So lastly, from the standpoint of food, is something very important. A lot of people that I see on YouTube make a grave error, in my opinion, when it comes to their coffee. Coffee is very important. And to me, you need to do two things when you're making coffee. Either brew your own coffee, or you need to get high quality instant coffee. And I usually go with that, which is Starbucks Via. Now, why is that on a paleo channel? Well, coffee's paleo, and coffee's great on the trail. Who doesn't like a good cup of coffee? I just encourage you to get a good quality cup of coffee. Taster's Choice and stuff like that, it's just not very good. Luke on the Outdoor Gear Review often refers to it as Taster's Nasty. And I agree, I do not drink that stuff. It just, not worth it. Obviously, this is a lot more expensive, but you can get your own, if you're willing to carry a little more weight, you can get your own coffee press, grind your own coffee out on the trail. I've done videos on that before. So don't forget, your drinks, water and coffee, are the best things from the standpoint of paleo. So there you go, couple of easy ways to eat paleo on the hiking trail. Hope this helped you guys. I've had a lot of comments and questions. A couple of take-home messages from me. First of all, like I said, make the best choices you can make whenever you have choices in front of you. You're going to have options, so make the best choice you can in that particular situation. Second, plan ahead. Plan ahead if possible. Try to make sure you know where you're going to get your food. If you're really, really interested in following a diet like this or following a lifestyle like this, you can't leave things to chance. If you're having a thru hike, you're gonna have to spend a lot of time and a lot of money and a lot of resources to get the food you want to the places you need, because when you go to a typical place, a typical resupply on a trail, you're not gonna get this kind of stuff. You might get a little bit, but it's gonna get very monotonous. So plan ahead, and that's your best bet if this is really important to you. Lastly, and most importantly, do not let following any kind of lifestyle, especially a nutritional lifestyle, affect the way you interact with nature or affect your enjoyment with nature. If you're out and about, if you're having a good time, if you're enjoying things, eating a mountain house every once in a while, or eating food that technically you shouldn't eat, quote unquote, candy bars, whatever it might be, every once in a while, go ahead. If you don't have a choice, eat it and don't beat yourself up about it. The important thing is that you're outside and you're enjoying yourself. Don't let rules about nutrition and stuff like that, or self-made rules really, because that's what paleo is. You've decided to follow a lifestyle and you've decided to make these rules for yourself. Don't let those things affect your enjoyment. Get out there, enjoy things, do the best you can, plan ahead if you can, eat the best you can, but by all means, have a good time. Enjoy nature. So thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate everyone's support here on the channel. It continues to grow. At some point, I'm going to get to my 5,000 subscriber giveaway. As you can see, the water is slowly receding and the flood and everything has made things a little difficult. So I'm not quite as on the ball as I usually am. Nonetheless, getting to put out these videos, this was one that people really wanted, so I decided, you know what, this is a really good opportunity to tell a little bit about paleo, a little bit about what I do, why I do it, and how to do it if you want to. So stay tuned for more videos here on Paleo Hiker MD. I appreciate everyone's input, support. Comment below. Like the video, subscribe if you don't mind. If you like what you saw, hit that subscribe button, it helps a lot. Stay tuned soon for more videos here on Paleo Hiker MD. Thanks for watching, guys.